My ex-guest stopped drinking 3 years ago after realising the effect it was having on her and her family. After writing a hugely successful blog called Mummy Was a Secret Drinker, mum of three Clare Pooley has now written a book called The Sober Diaries, and she joins me now. It's really good to see you, Clare. It says The Sober Diaries, how one woman stopped drinking and started living. Is that how it feels?
Absolutely,
yeah,
yes. I
really
feel
does.
like I have a whole new life, and it's been a complete turnaround for me.
When did you know that you were drinking too much? Was there a moment?
There was, yes. It was the day after my birthday party. So I woke up, it was 3 years ago, and it was my gosh, I have to think about this now, it was my 46th birthday party. I woke up with a terrible hangover, as you do after your birthday. And I went down to the kitchen and my children were there playing, and I, like many people, set myself rules about drinking, and one of my cardinal rules was you should never ever drink before midday. But that day I felt awful, and I knew that the only thing that would make me feel better was more booze. So I went into the cupboard and found a tiny bit of red wine left from the night before, and I couldn't pour it into a glass because my children were there and they would have thought it was terrible. So I put it in a mug. And I sat there holding this mug at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then I looked at the mug and it said on it, "The world's best mum." And I felt awful. Wow. And that moment I thought, I am never drinking again, because I crossed the line. That was the moment when I broke my cardinal rule, and that was it.
That really, if you hadn't stopped then, it was completely downhill.
Yeah, I knew that sort of, the time was up, really.
No,
and I haven't had a drink since that moment.
Do you miss it?
No, I don't miss it at all now. I missed it to start with, because it does leave a big hole in your life,
sure.
Because I used alcohol to celebrate, to commiserate, to relax, for pretty much any sort of emotion, really. So it does leave a big hole initially, but you fill that hole with things that are so much better. So now I'm 2 stone lighter, I sleep much better, I've got, I look younger than I did 3 years ago when I quit.
Thank you. Good.
I'm a much better mother, I think.
Yeah, because that was the thing you were worried about as well. It's the effect on your kids. I mean, nobody wants to grow up with a sort of mum that's not quite drunk all the time, but it's never quite sober all the time.
No, and I think I was setting them a bad example in that I was teaching them that it's perfectly normal for grown-ups to use alcohol every day to cope with all the regular ups and downs of life.
Right.
And I think when you drink for social lubrication, that's great, that's all fine. But when you drink like I did for self-medication, then it gets a bit
as a sort of cure-all for
dangerous.
absolutely everything.